downtown Traverse City up here in northern Michigan. Earlier today, about 200 activists gathered, possibly also paid. It did look fairly manufactured, to be honest, to protest the layoffs at USAID and the closing of USAID, frankly. I don't think anyone particularly cared. I don't know if these people were even actually from this area. It looked so ridiculous to even have them here. And for me, as someone who was actually abused by a person that claimed to work at USAID, looking at all the congressional hearings with employees and former employees testifying that the money actually went to terrorist groups, the Taliban, frankly, money was found to Al Agra, El Jalisco, and the U.S. branch of the Russian KGB, now called the FSB, makes the protest even more ridiculous. I will say we are now, for those of us here in Traverse City, I mean, you can see the area is pretty much empty. Protests started this morning in what is called Lay Park and then also Rotary Park. And they cleared out by now. I walked around for an hour and a half. There was literally no protesters left. I saw like 3 guys with a sign. So the protests are actually over for USAID. But I mean, for the rest of you watching and trying to understand this around the country, there were protests today down in the Washington, D.C. area. I did see one man making fun of them walking around pretending to do a Hail Hitler sign and playing music from the Sound of Music, actually. It's kind of important to understand that there's something incredibly offensive for anyone to protest the layoffs at USAID or the other agencies at this point. I was on the DC area for 19 years and was a victim of domestic violence and labor trafficking there from people tied to what are known as terrorist groups today that thought nothing of beating and violently attacking U.S. citizens in order to help them work for free. And frankly, the protests are a huge insult to all of us who survived that. And there's really not much more else to say about it. So apparently there's some... Nope. The only activity I've really seen downtown at this point is people getting ready to go drinking, frankly. So it looks like Diversity really wasn't the best place for a bunch of activists to travel to protest and gather. Notably, this area has an airport, so people could come from anywhere in the world to do a manufactured protest here. I mean, they could literally be from Russia or Venezuela to do it. But it's over now. So that's all. This has been a simply tiny edition of Simply Stated. Thank you. And this will be considered episode 24.